Return to Popolocrois, Story of Seasons Fairytale is the newest game release from a longtime creator of the Popolocrois series known as Epyx Incorporated. This is the second time that North America has received a title from Epyx of the Popolocrois series, the first time being the original Popolocrois for PlayStation Portable that was brought over by H-Tech. Unlike the other four games that Epyx Incorporated has done work on from the Popolocrois series, Story of Seasons Fairytale is a crossover between two different games, Popolocrois and Story of Seasons, a Harvest Moon series created by Natsume. As to where this game fits in the timeline of the series for Popolocrois, I would say right after Popolocrois Monogatari 2, that was only released on the original PlayStation in Japan, also known as Popolocrois plus Epilogue, seeing as in Story of Seasons, Prince Pietro, the main character in the series, is only 1 year older. The story of the game is Prince Pietro is in the kingdom of Popolocrois celebrating with his family his 13th birthday, when a guest from a place known as Galariland, known as Marmella, shows up to share about an evil that is ruining not only soil in the land, but as well as preventing crops from growing, a problem that has also been occurring as well in the kingdom of Popolocrois by an evil band of creatures. When agreeing to follow Marmeland to Garland, Pietro is captured and taken by force to Galariland. To restore order, he is quested to revive the goddess Galariel to disperse the darkness and return everything back to normal, as well as with a little help from his friends from previous games, such as Narcia, the White Knight, Gamigami Devil, and several other newcomers added to the game. The gameplay in Popolocrois is one that you would find in the same style as of Final Fantasy Tactics, which uses a grid-style strategic tactic when playing. Each character will get a turn to use a normal attack, special attack, or item during combat, as well as fleeing if the battle gets too tough. You can use joint attacks with certain characters to pull off powerful moves to take out foes quicker. The same formula that has been in the Popolocrois series since the first game. Battles are of course random, but some have different outcomes, such as enemies can come from behind you and attack first, or vice versa. Thankfully, the random encounters aren't terrible. You're at least able to move across the land a fair amount. When doing the farming aspect of the game, you are thankfully not given any certain length of time to manage your farms, crops, or etc. Instead, you take care of it when you want to, which I think is a very nice touch for gamers who want to take a tiny break from the JRPG goodness portion of Popolocrois and relax with their animal friends, forging more relationships, and more during the Story of Seasons portion of the game. When going to actual gardens in your growing areas, not only can you go ahead and harvest crops, but you can as well as take care of animals. Animals variety from cows to chickens to pretty much just any animal you could think of that you would raise on a farm. Now, not only will you be able to harvest the crops, but you can be able to deposit them and send them off for money, and as well as finding special items when meeting up with certain characters in the game that you can be able to develop friendships with. As you develop friendships with people, you'll be able to not only be able to enjoy hearing some funny dialogue from each of them when receiving gifts or giving gifts, but it's just fun to go ahead and do something else instead of just having to follow the JRPG style of the game that was included with the game originally. Overall, taking two different games and cramming them together may seem kind of weird, in a way. In a way, though, it seems to fit nicely because it offers two different ways to play the game, in case one gets boring very fast for players. If you're a big fan of JRPGs and want a good time waster with about a 25-hour long game, I recommend this game very highly. Big thank you to XSEED Games and Epyx Incorporated for allowing me to be able to do a review for their game known as Return to Popolocrois, Story of Seasons Fairytale. And if you like this video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until then guys, this has been Weekly Reviews doing my review for Return to Popolocrois Story of Seasons Fairytale.